What's up, fight fans? Can you hear me out there all right? Let me know if you could hear me. We'll get this episode here started. Hold on, give me a second. All right, fight fans, what's up, guys? All right, we got a lot to touch on today. There was a lot of boxing going on over this past weekend right here, and we got a lot of topics I want to touch upon and try to get some of your reactions to this, as well as letting you know that
All right, fight fans,
um
what's up,
now
guys?
I see.
All right, we got
Hold
a
on.
lot to touch
See?
on today.
This type
There
stuff
was a
right
lot of
here. This is what I'm
boxing
talking
going on
about
over
right
this.
here. Okay. First I saw that the audio was coming on good in the boxing match that I broadcast in, versus Naoya Inoue's kid brother. Um then I see some of my mistakes in it and my audio and stuff and to lower the volume on that now. So, I'm learning in this and I'm putting it all together. So, okay, I see what I have to do. So, besides that though, do you hear me out there loud and clear? And let's talk boxing. Well, there was a lot of pretty good fight. There was a lot of good fights last night in the sport of boxing. Also, in the USC kicked off one of their cards, and there was some good fights there as well. I checked out a lot of matches last night, and the Berlanga fight last night was a little like, it was going to answer a lot of questions for Edgar Berlanga. He's in a tough situation, being the fact that he came out so strong in the early part of his career, and you can see that the fame and the money came into question, and some of the career choices he's made from there. Um, he hasn't made a lot of progress in his career since he like got to a small pinnacle, and I guess he got to his head. I don't know. But the last night it showed in his emotion. It all came out after the win. He scored a decent knockout, which I feel with a worthy opponent. Um, and Edgar Berlanga, he jumped on the ropes and he just let it all out, and he was just like, Jesus is good, and you can see when a man does that he has gone through some shit, and he has acknowledged that he needs to step up in his craft. Now, him calling out Canelo Alvarez, Canelo Alvarez's camp loves that. They love that. And as I said, as far as Canelo Alvarez and his opponent for May 4th, look at, even in the Edgar Berlanga fight, Eddie Hearn was telling him to call him out for May 4th for him being one of the potential men naming the hat. So they got four potential opponents for Canelo, right? Now, one of those four men that they mentioned last night, his name was David the Monster Benavidez. Notice that he wasn't up there. They had Edgar Berlanga. He ain't ready for no Canelo. Let's be honest. Man, listen, man. I love Puerto Rican fighters. I'm Puerto Rican myself, but let's just keep it funky. Edgar Berlanga is not ready for Canelo Alvarez. Right? Then they had the other Charlo twin. I was like, come on, you really entertaining that right now? He's not even in his weight division. Like, what's going on? Right? And we're going to get to Jamal and Jamel in a second, right? So, and then the other opponent, which is probably the most one that fight fans will agree is Jaime Munguia, right? And although Jaime Munguia highly talented, he has a little bit of flaws in his defense for me. He gets a hit a little bit too much in a fight, and I truly believe you can fight his ego. You can lure Jaime Munguia into a gunfight in the middle of the ring, and you're not going to want to do that with Canelo Alvarez. You're not. You're not. You're not. And if you guys actually believe that Jaime Munguia is skill just gonna wipe down Canelo Alvarez because you're seeing his cherry picks, bro, Canelo Alvarez's camp has been setting this up for a very long time. Luck Laster name, Luck Laster name, Luck Laster cherry pick, cherry pick. And when he finally gets to that cherry pick, because Jaime Munguia is not a cherry pick, right? So you can't consider him that, right? And he's going to build that one fight and he's going to knock that dude out and he's going to beat his chest like he done did something. Finally. And Canelo Alvarez is going to try to get all the praises that way. And the world is going to fall for that gimmick. I'm trying to tell you. Everybody's going to fall for it. Okay. And he ain't did shit. He ain't really fought the people we wanted him to fight. Speaking of which, David Benavidez has already announced he's moving up to 175, and it is official. He is tired of chasing that man around throughout the divisions. You see? So also on the Edgar Berlanga fight card, one of the top prospects, coming up. I mean, he's not the top prospect, but he's in there, right? He only has 3 professional fights, which is Andy Cruz, right? Now, my assessment and grade on him in last night's performance, Andy Cruz's performance, I will give him I'll give him an A minus. I'll give him an A minus. The reason why I give him an A minus is because I love the fact he kept going for it. He really shows that he's that kind of fighter that can be fan pleasing and that he was going for it. But you gotta give credit to his opponent. That Mexican dude was tough. He was tough and he was seasoned and he's been in situations like this. So Andy has to learn how to knock out those tough opponents. And this was a real good learning curve, considering he only has 3 professional fights. Damn it, how hard you going to be on the man? I know he comes with a gold medal and a big amateur background. But listen, I hate when, boxing world tries to take your amateur boxing career and bring it into your pro career. Listen, it's in the name. Amateur. You're in the pros now. Why are you bringing up anyone's amateur career? That's 3 rounds, headgear, bigger gloves. A different set of scoring rules than professional. So just because you can go 3 fucking rounds, you mean to tell me I'm supposed to buy into the fact that this guy's a professional, a great professional? It doesn't work that way. He can take that gold medal. Listen, it's a great accomplishment. I'm not going to lie. Listen, a gold medal's a gold medal, and it would skyrocket your career just like it's doing for Andy Cruz right now. Beautiful. But his amateur, it has nothing to do. You got to talk about what he's doing in the pros. That's why it says pros. Okay? In the pros, he only got 3 fights. He's doing good. He's doing good. He's doing good. He looks sharp. He looks like he's sparring with Gervonta Boots Ennis. He really does. It looks like he's taking a couple pages out of Gervonta Boots Ennis's American slick style, The Cuban, I think he made a right career choice, trading out of that camp, coming in, getting these kind of looks from different coaches, different styles. I believe Andy Cruz is a force to be reckoned with. They're going to have to start taking him serious after a little while. I understand he's going to have to build himself a little bit more in order to get some of the big names in the ring with him. So, they're bringing him along fairly well. In the same weight division, you got Gervonta Tank Davis and you got Frank the Ghost Martin. Now, this is official. Now, everybody is streaming on it, talking about it. This is a done deal. And I like this fight in many ways because Frank Martin is game. He's a game opponent. And for Tank Davis' first title defense on that newly crowned 135-pound strap, I'll take this opponent than a Ryan Garcia and a Rolly Ramirez and a Eastside Pitbull Cruz. I'll take Frank the Ghost Martin over all of those guys. Hell yeah, I will. So now Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying? He's going to get an opportunity to show up and show out. Let's see where you at, Tank. What's really going on in your life? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of fighters right now falling, and boxing is not even taking them out of the game. Case in point, the Charlo twins. You guys know that the Charlo twin woke up this morning with no belts, right? They stripped him of all his belts, right? Tim Tszyu got the WBO, and I'm talking about the one that fought Saul Canelo Alvarez. Listen, guys, he went and took this fight with Saul Canelo Alvarez thinking that it was the biggest money fight in his life. And even on a loss, he still remains to be the champion. Well, look how much this fight has cost him. He took a loss and he lost all his belts due to the fact that he won all that money and he started trying to be like spending and he got himself in a lot of situation. The WBC announced this morning that they putting him on like a suspension. That's a nice way of saying we stripped you. The WBO stripped him and Tim Tszyu got the belt. The IBF, they listen, he has this as of this morning, no belts. He lost all 4 belts fighting Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez didn't beat him for it, but he lost them all. He hasn't even made it to his next fight after fighting Canelo, and he has no belts today. So technically, he lost all his belts fighting that man. And then the other brother is really seriously thinking about fighting Saul Canelo Alvarez. He wouldn't fight him the first time. Why do you think he's going to fight him now? You think that one fight against Jose Benavidez prepared him for... Canelo knows exactly what he's doing. And then Edgar Berlanga gets up and calls him out. Listen, Edgar Berlanga will get hurt against Saul Canelo Alvarez. And if Saul Canelo Alvarez was smart, he would pick Edgar Berlanga. One, you take away his he's an undefeated fighter. The storyline coming into that, you could feed that the young man got 16 knockouts, and you can flash all that. They're going to build the crowd, and Canelo Alvarez is going to hurt him. And then he's going to walk away with a victory like he done did something. Bro, you didn't beat nobody, man. That dude's trying to, he's still waking up from the party. Come on, bro. Edgar Berlanga is a good talent, but he's going to need a little bit more fights and be serious with boxing before I can consider him a worthy opponent against such a skilled fighter like Saul Canelo Alvarez. So, I'm not going to, no, nah. You ain't going to get me to go down that road. Listen, then you got Japan. Japan right now is putting up a strong argument right now. They just manufacturing champions right now, right? So as of yesterday, Junto Nakatani too. And by the way, I wanted to show the fight after, and I didn't see that one neither before the time I had showed you the Naoya Inoue's kid brother fight. But I didn't want to test the waters. So after this interview, if you guys would like, I got it on standby. We could watch it, right? So I got to figure out what I can and cannot do, okay? So I'll be patient with it. What's up, guys? EK Training. David Benavidez can't make 168 any longer. He can make 168. Yeah, he can. He's just tired of fucking chasing Saul Canelo Alvarez. If David Benavidez stayed focused, he can make 168, no problem. It's just that there's no career for him there. What is he going to do? Stay at 168 remain the interim champion for the rest of his life? Because Saul Canelo Alvarez said he wants to fight for the next 5 years? And it's been 5 years and he's just blatantly saying, I'm not fighting you. He's scared of the man. That's it. I'm convinced. Bam Bam versus Junto Nakatani would be fire. That would be a great fight. They're both lengthy guys. Bam Bam got a massive reach. Nakatani likes to fight long and keep you at the tips end of his punches. Um, as you can see in his fight, which we, if you want, we'll watch, right? He's becoming patient with his shots, not as wild as he was in the beginning of his career. Now he's starting to land more shots. Even when the Mexican Santiago had his moments in the fight, and like I think it was the third or second round or something. Junto's corner, they were laughing about it. They were like, "Man, he ain't doing nothing," because they knew they had it in the bag. They knew that the kid was focused. They see the talent that they have. Speaking in which, and even in a lower weight division, another Japanese gentleman became a 4 division official world champion. He's the third man that ever achieved such a status like that for Japan. So that's big in many ways. Another 4 division world champion. Wow, right? So Japan is really like, and then you got Naoya Inoue's kid brother that successfully defended his title. So there you go. There's 4 right there. You see? So that's good, man. That's like, wow. It seems like they're like coming out like, and they're good. And they're good. Their boxing skills are good. Each of those men are seasoned, well polished fighters. And congratulations to Japan. You know what I mean? Mexico also are putting out some big fights. Uh, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Look, he is the biggest Mexican star right now. I get it. I get it. But there's other Mexican fighters, bro. Okay, there are other Mexican fighters. Okay, and there are a lot of them that are fucking good. You know, and I can't wait to watch what's his name there? Man. And his name Navarrete. I love me some Navarrete, bro. I love that guy, man. He's exciting. Listen, when I watch a Navarrete fight, I'm so excited. Yo, listen. Yeah, man, because I know he gonna bring that action. Because that's all the man knows is one step forward, boom, boom, that's bang. So is Tank still under the PBC? Yes. Yeah. Look, if you guys want to get real with what's Tank Davis' situation and how Leonard Ellaby, Al Heyman, and all of them guys function, right? Okay, look, when you're a boxing promoter, right? Say I'm a boxing promoter, and if I say and I sign you to the PBC, right? That means under promotional banner, I can only take so much money. I have to reveal to you certain things as your boxing promoter. And in certain situations, you as the boxer, you have the right to be in the room when certain things are negotiated because I'm your promoter, right? The way they do it, they're not their promoter. They're what they call legal advisors. There's loopholes under this. He doesn't have to pay like these promotional fees, and he doesn't have to do certain promotional shit that you would have to do under the promotional label. By him being an advisor, he doesn't take full right. He's kind of saying, I'm just giving him advice, but he's doing promotional shit. That's what he's doing with them. Now, listen, when I tell you, the truth is, I think maybe 90% of all the PBC fighters are not signed as a promotional company. Tell me where their main headquarters is. Tell me where their staffs are. Tell me where you can go to file a complaint to the PBC. I'll wait. Top Rank got offices all over the world. Top Rank got staff. Top Rank got people down the chain. Over there, there's only certain people you can call. It's not like a real Mayweather was in like a real promotional company. He had the money, he was backing shit, but he was doing it like a different avenue. It was kind of like, you know, that's why they say shit boxing be corrupt and shit. These are some of the things these dudes do, bro. You see? Nah, if you want Ed Hearns to be your promoter, Ed Hearns has an office. He has a team of people that work for him. Mayweather don't got that shit. Where's the Mayweather office at? I'll wait. That shit don't exist. Yeah, man. So it's different. But they get their fighters their money. They work like that. Sometimes it works out for the fighter, but you have to sign contracts with them. So you are tied into them, like Tank Davis was. Then it was revealed that in one incident, Tank Davis leaked out a text message saying that Leonard Ellerbe said that if I was your lawyer or you were signed to me, you wouldn't have been treated that way, Tank. And that's when he was going through his little feud with Floyd during the Rolly fight. See? And that's just behind the scenes politics. So, yeah. But excuse me. Yeah, look, right now I don't even know who's Canelo Alvarez's next opponent would ever be. Tank left the PBC and Mayweather promotion. Like I said, he left, but as you can see with your own two eyes, he never left. Who's in his fights? Who does he say is Leonard Ellerbe? Leonard Ellerbe is his advisor. Who was Leonard Ellerbe before boxing? A lawyer. Who are most boxing promoters? All the top boxing promoters, except Don King, which he became a lawyer in jail. They're all lawyers. They all had lawyer careers, which they left to pursue boxing because of a lot of legal paperwork in boxing. That's who they all are. They're just a bunch of lawyers, right? Tell me right now, if Gervonta Davis has Gervonta Davis promotion, who's backing Gervonta Davis's fights? Who's putting up the money? Gervonta? You think Gervonta is putting up all the money to turn on the lights in Las Vegas? He's paying for all the promotional banners, everything. His team, he has a team that big that's going to take care of all that for him. Or he has a magic wand, you believe, that he can wave in the air and take care of a fight. And Gervonta Davis and his coach, they know behind the scenes how to do all of this. Security, hotel rooms, flights, they got experience in all of that. That's what you're telling me. Gervonta don't got that kind of even if he had the money to put together a fight, he wouldn't know how to do it. He wouldn't know how to do it. He probably get sued, end up getting sued for doing some mistake. And then with Gervonta, with everything that he has going on in his life, right? He bought his neighborhood, right? And then a fire mysteriously the next day popped off. It don't matter about the fire, but he bought that neighborhood. That means his attention, at some point, he's got to address trying to fix it. He's got court cases with this girl, right? He's not in the ring. He's got a lot of shit going on in his life. And you mean to tell me he also got Gervonta Davis boxing promotion and he's taking care of all that? No. He might have left the contract with Mayweather. You see, what happened with Floyd Mayweather, because of the fact that Floyd did it the way he did, Floyd was in a position where he was leaving boxing. Leonard Ellerbe and these guys talked him into becoming a boxing promoter. Floyd never really wanted to be a boxing promoter. He loved boxing. He loved what Gervonta was, but he just didn't have time for the kid. When he was flying around the world with him and his family, enjoying the fruits of his labor. And during this time, he was trying to build up Gervonta, right? And through signing and money, money changes people, right? Sometimes Floyd wasn't even at Gervonta's fights at the tail end. He was over in Japan boxing in his own match, right? And he really didn't want to be a promoter. He didn't have no office. He doesn't have no staff, but he had the money. So Leonard Ellaby, I guess, was like, yo, let him go and I'll tutor the man. He'll still at least be under our banner. So although Tank Davis and Mayweather parted, Tank didn't go nowhere. He didn't go nowhere. He didn't go to Eddie Hearns. He didn't go to Top Rank. He didn't go anywhere. He's still right there with Leonard Ellaby, but saying, I'm my own man. No, you're not. He's just playing the game. Just that's it. So he's going to get his backing from the PBC. Whoever's going to put the money up for his fights is going to come from that side. It's going to be a combo. It's going to be Gervonta Davis production putting up some money, them putting up some money, and then everybody cashing in on that type shit like that. You see? So, in other news, you got the Eastside Pitbull Cruz and Rolly fight, right? Errol Spence Jr. chimes in and says, I'm going to drop 50 on Cruz, right? And, Errol's doing the same thing. Errol is promoting fighters as a boxer, an active boxer. One of his fighters is Frank the Ghost Martin, which is going to come into the fight with Gervonta Davis. And as a competing competitor, Errol's going to have to take his fighter's side on this one against Tank. He might have some love for Tank, but I have love for you after the fight. And during the fight, I'm with my guy, Frank the Ghost Martin, because he's under Errol Spence Jr. promotional company. So when you're talking about Frank Martin and putting his fight together, you got to talk to Errol. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. David Benavidez, Canelo will be. The fight's not going to happen, my man. He's not fighting David the Monster Benavidez, and he never will. How many times have you heard them say that? I'll wait. How many times in the past 5 years have you heard, oh, Canelo's going to finally fight him? It's going to be this. Has it ever happened? Why do you think David the Monster Benavidez announced that he's moving up to 175? And I believe that is a great move. He has a big opportunity up there. It's a big opportunity because Demetrius Bivol, right, and Arthur are going to fight to unify all 4 belts. And since Arthur already wiped out the entire division, the possibility and the big name of David the Monster Benavidez, that's a no-brainer. Arthur figures I'll defend the belts and I'm going to get a big payday. With him in the Mexican backing, oh, hell yeah. He already beat everybody else. Who else is he going to fight? That's David Benavidez' opportunity. Some doors close, but new doors open. You got to recognize when another opportunity is there. Listen, let's be technical. David Benavidez has already gotten a belt at 168. That's one division. By him moving up, that's 2 divisions now. He doesn't need all 4 belts in one division to say that's it. All you need is one real belt, and he achieved that. He had the WBC. So technically, he could say his work is done at 168 and move up, and perhaps move up from there. You see? So by him forfeiting this opportunity that he was chasing Canelo, as you can see, even in the Edgar Berlanga fight last night, when they put up the four fighters last night as four potential opponents for Saul Canelo Alvarez, David Benavidez wasn't on that screen for a reason. They already know what's going on. The entire world knows that man will never, ever, ever fight David the Monster Benavidez. Not at 168, not at 175, because he's even bigger now. And that's the only spot where Canelo actually lost that. So if he moves up to 175, he lets him off the hook. There's no way on God's green earth anyone on this planet can convince me that Canelo will fight him at 175. If he wouldn't fight him at 168, and according to Saul Canelo Alvarez, what did he say? This is the best version of me. Nobody beats this version. Really? No one beats that version? Then fight that guy. No? Then shut the fuck up. That's all I got to say. Listen, he held that division a hostage, and all of you can agree to that. In 5 years, he hasn't fought none of the top guys. None of them. None of them. The closest guy that he fought was Caleb Plant. That's it. Caleb Plant. And not taking away anything from Caleb Plant, because Caleb Plant is a worthy opponent. And I'm going to tell you right now, he's put in his stripes, and he's earned his stripes. He's just not good enough to beat Canelo. That's all. You see? So, look. So, Errol Spence Jr. has to make a power move right now. There's an opportunity. His stablemate, the Charlo twin, was stripped of all four belts at 154. Those other belts are vacant. There's room there. Nothing personal, but you have to establish your own way too. And if you no longer have the belts, well, then next man in line. I can't show favoritism and say to my stablemate, I'm not going after your titles. Bullshit. We in the game, okay? And if you don't got the belts, the agreement was, or probably was, we won't fight each other, or maybe if the money was right, we would, but I'm not going to step on your toes type shit. You got the belts there, I'll stay here, right? But time has changed. You no longer have any of those belts, Jermell Charlo. Errol Spence Jr. needs to go after one of those, because Terrence Crawford is going after Tim Tszyu. You know that, right? Because from the WBO rules, that's what's going to make him his mandatory. So Terrence Crawford already has his sights set on Tim Tszyu. Because one thing's for certain, 100% guaranteed, no matter what happens in the Keith Thurman fight, Tim Tszyu will wake up the next day the 154-pound WBO champion of the world. No matter the outcome, because the belt is not on the line. See? So Terrence Crawford is going to go after him for that one. Meanwhile, Errol Spence Jr. can put himself in a situation where he's going for the other vacant belt. His name by himself will buy him an entry. That's his ticket in. Yes. Errol Spence Jr.'s name will buy him a ticket at one of those belts. Back, baby. He just got to win it. Against who? I don't know. Right? Let's see what Errol's doing before we start talking about, but that's an option. There's an option, right? Okay. There has been a lot of fighters and a lot of people criticizing certain situations in life. And, everyone seems to have their opinion about how someone should have viewed or acted in a certain situation, right? And sometimes you can view things and someone can explain the thing and you could say, oh, shit. Yeah, man, that came out this way. Case in point, right? A lot of people had a lot to say about Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. And why they brought that up, it was because Shannon Sharpe's situation, right? About, a fellow comedian making accusations that, he is gay or whatever, right? So they bring up the situation with Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. And a lot of people gave him shit because of that, right? And I was like, wow, how could anybody criticize Shannon Sharpe for what happened in that situation? In that situation, I quickly realized what was going on, right? That Shannon Sharpe, for one, he was at his job. He was sitting at his job. And even though Shannon Sharpe is a Hall of Famer in the NFL and he has multiple rings, he's not on a football field. Where Shannon Sharpe was on that day was in a job working with a man that gave you an opportunity to sit across from him, right? No matter what your accomplishments were on the field, this is a new field. And in this field, Skip Bayless is a Hall of Famer in sports analytics. This is his world. Shannon Sharpe wasn't in his world anymore. And he needed to recognize that, right? At the same time, in that moment, they got into a heated debate. Shannon Sharpe took off his glasses. And Skip Bayless called his bluff because Skip Bayless recognized the situation. He knew, bro, you're not going to get ghetto here. And he saw the opportunity and called them on it. Kudos to Shannon Sharpe for keeping his composure. Because not only does Shannon Sharpe recognize that he's at his job, he has to show respect, class for himself, but at a bigger scale, he also represents a lot of the black community and what they are portrayed as, right? And he had enough sense as a man to say, I'm not going to let my black greatness get disrespected here any further. He recognized he was at his job and that he had potential of even being fired. He put his glasses back on as a man that had sense. Like Shannon Sharpe was like, okay. Then he goes on social media and he gets into it with this comedian. And because of the fact that he calls him gay and shit, Shannon explodes. They say, oh, you went after the brother, but you didn't check the white dude that told you to put your glasses off. Like, hold up, wait a minute. Those are two different scenarios, right? He was at his job. He didn't want to act the fool. And in the other scenario, he's not at his job and someone's questioning his manhood. Yo, like, I don't got nothing to say. Yo, Shannon Sharpe, handle your business. That's how I would feel. I wouldn't mind my business if it came to something like that, because if somebody called you gay and you went after him, how are you turning that into a brother situation? Nah, don't bring that up. I'm defending my name. But with the Skip Bayless shit, bro, I'm telling you right now, come on, Shannon Sharpe, had he been on like his own show, like Shay Shay, and the tables were turned and Skip told him that, Shannon would have told him about himself. Of course, because Skip be off the hook sometime, right? With the shit that be coming out his mouth. Be like, ooh, Skip, because you got to respect the man. He is a Hall of Famer. But at the same time, recognize you're not on a football field. And Skip Bayless in that job, in that craft, he's the man. And that's the truth. I don't care about your accolades and your Hall of Fame or your rings. Like I said, you don't have any pads on. You have a suit and tie. And you're sitting across from the man that gave you an opportunity. He checked you on some shit because you try to get gangster. Right? That's what happened there. But with Mike Epps and Shannon Sharpe, Mike Epps just blatantly came off and said, homeboy, you love the sausage. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. You would snap on a man like that, wouldn't you? And then everybody else is going to come on and be like, nah, you snapped on the brother, but it's not about brother, black and white, bro. This dude called me gay. Why doesn't anybody see that? Like, it's not about black or white, bro. No, you got to answer for what you said. And Shannon Sharpe is freer now than he was then. He was tied by the network. Remember all that. Come on, man. He can't act a fool like that, man. They're going to be like, look. Shannon, bro, hats off to you for keeping your composure that day. You know, because that was tough, bro. Yo, I would want to snap on that dude. knowing I'm like an NFL legend and shit, but recognizing the situation that you can't do that. Nah, don't give him that. And Shannon Sharpe didn't give it to him. He didn't give the world that. He didn't let that come out of him. He didn't let that moment or that dude saying that to him. He breathed, he calmed down, he put him back on. That was the right thing to do in that type of situation. You ain't in the hood, bro. We ain't arguing in no bar. This is not nah. So that was crazy, but in other regards, like I'm not gonna comment on Mike Epps and his situation or what he should do. That's not my business. That's not my business. I commented about a situation with him and Skip, analytical. They were talking legitimately about sports. See, any other shit, any beef, that's not my concern. I got no opinion on it, no viewpoint, nothing. I mind my fucking business. That's ain't got nothing to do with me. But there's some things that you can see in life, and you can be mad and be like, yo, why did that person, you know, like you gonna feel like he bitched up in that situation? Nah, bro, he didn't bitch up. He saw that the situation was getting out of hand and it was bigger than him. And it would have been just more than him getting just criticism for what he would have snapped. See what I'm saying? That's being an adult about some shit and knowing that you allowed yourself to get to that point. You if you want to be mad at anybody, be mad at yourself because you allowed yourself to get out of character for him to call you on it. He got all heated, flustered, took off his glasses. He did that. He calls him out on it. You want to be mad at anybody, be mad at yourself because you allowed that moment to to come out. So I listen, I respect Shannon, bro. Shannon, you know what I'm saying? All he wants to do is put on his little shows and get his viewpoints. And then sometimes for being the person in the middle, you're gonna get shots fired. I get it, you know. But Shannon's he's a staple in sports on and off the field, and I believe if he keeps going down the field and reporting and furthering it, he may go down in the analytics, like sports analytics, covering of the men and women that cover sports. He's good at it. He's real good at it. I like how he covers it. So, from a further person that also in the game, and these are situations in life, and it makes you a better person with each situation. You learn from this and be like, yo, I'm never gonna put myself or allow myself to be in that situation ever again, because I learned from that, so we can take a lot away from that, but what I won't do is be like on some shit like judge him on one situation because of that one. Now you're starting to uh, slide down a slippery slope. Oh, that's not what it was, and that's not what this is. It's just two grown folks. I mean, an argument, man. That's it. That's it. That's it. I got my popcorn too. I'm like, yeah, yeah. But it is what it is, right? So anyway, about boxing. Look, guys, we have some great fights coming up. You know, like I said, Jack Carterall and Josh Taylor. This is going to answer a lot of questions for me. I can't wait really for this Francis Ngannou fight because I'm watching Francis Ngannou in the gym lately, and he looks good. Listen, he's a specimen of a man, bro. He's a beast. Francis Ngannou. Whether or not he's going to be able to sustain real boxing against Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua is not going to make the same mistake Tyson Fury made. Anthony Joshua is going to come in there and he's truly going to box Francis Ngannou. He knows and he sees that he's not a joke. He's going to take him serious. Where that Tyson Fury might have underestimated him a little too much. Seeing his approach in the fight, as I remember it, right? Tyson Fury comes out and like the first punch he threw was a haymaker. He wanted to end the fight early, as you can see. He was going to try to get him out of there, as fast as possible. But Francis Ngannou proved that he's a worthy opponent, end up dropping him in the fight. So, and that's why by him putting that performance against Tyson Fury, right? That's what got him into this fight right now against Anthony Joshua. So hats off to him. Hey, he got himself this far with only 2 fights. He got himself this far, man. That's crazy, right? So thank you guys. Lionheart, what's up, baby? I tell you what, too. I'm gonna tell you guys something too. You want Junto Nakatani to fight Bam Rodriguez, right? But as these Japanese fighter also starts to make their way up the division because he just became the WBC bantam champion of the world, Junto, right? Okay. It could be possible that him and his fellow countrymen can meet up. They might one day have to fight each other. Or, one guy's gonna want to prove who the best Japanese fighter is. One guy might not have so much, but the other guy's like, listen, I believe that you should pass that torch. You know, um, Look, my honest assessment, and I'm gonna keep it funky. I like Junto, right? I like him. I like his style. I like his punching power. I like his punch selections and what he does in the ring. But I believe that Naoya Inoue is just a couple levels still above him. Although exciting Junto is, and he is dispatching his competition, great. He's not on the level that Naoya is just yet. Just yet. I believe with a little bit more time, though, he can make a strong case and potentially, because he brings good attributes. If you're gonna fight Naoya Inoue, you got to bring something to the table. You got to bring reach, height, some kind of other advantage, plus match the skills. You see? And that's what I mean. Like, if you're going to bring skill against him and you're the same with him, he's going to beat you. He's going to beat you. You got to bring something to the table. And Junto right now, for me, is one of the only, and like Espinoza, because Espinoza brings a unique challenge, that long distance, and he's a very tall guy. So when you can present those kind of things to the equation, that makes it interesting for me against this guy. And since Junton is slightly bigger than him, he's got that good range, them long legs. Um, he can work around him, and I could see that happening. He can cause him to, because styles make fights, and Junton is a smart fighter. He's a very smart fighter. Now, whether or not they'll meet up in the future, time will tell. But eventually that's usually what happens. You got two alpha males, they can only be one. Two alphas, they usually I don't want to hear it. I don't want to become an old man and you tell me, I could always beat you. Nah, fuck that, bro. We gonna find out. So at some point, some of these Japanese fighters, I believe, will fight each other. Yeah. And then I'm curious to see now Naoya Inoue's kid brother, Takuma. Who's his next opponent going to be? And whether or not he's going to try to unify the belts just like his brother did. Whether or not he'll go that route. And I just want to keep this in mind. And I'm going to advocate for it because I think he is worthy. Um, Naoya Inoue's father should be considered and looked at as the head coach of the year award. I think now it really because now that his other son made a successful title defense, him as a coach, I know he doesn't have a shitload of fighters like fucking Roach and some of these big gyms, but um Derek James got coach of the year. He was he had, I think, 3 fighters at the time or 2 when he got it. I think he had two fighters at the time, but he had a massive case, right? Didn't he? He had like one fighter with four belts and one with three belts. He had like a total of seven belts or something at one time between Errol Spence Jr. and the Charlo twin. So that's why they probably gave it to him. But Shinto, he's got the same thing. His son has four belts, and the other one got one and a title defense. And then I think the cousin got some more belts too. So, I'm going to advocate for this because what I feel is right is right. If he was an American coach and he had two fighters and his son was like this, I would ask for the same thing. If he was a Mexican, if he was it wouldn't matter. For the body of work that his fighters are putting in, yeah, I would. I'm just saying. I'm not saying just give it to him. I think he should be considered. Is what I'm saying. They should look. He should be one of the candidates. In my opinion, whether they do it or not, that's not up to me. But I would like to keep bringing up his name so that the fight fans keep him in mind this year when they're like voting and shit or whatever. Keep him in mind, bro. I think he's worthy. I don't know if you guys believe so, but let me know. Can I get a round one, an R1, if you guys believe that he should be looked at as the coach of the year? Yeah, you guys want to watch the fight? You guys want to watch the Junto Nakatani fight? All right, hold on. Let's get that fight up here. Hey, hold on. Oh, okay. Yeah, reason. Grab it. Don't let me grab it. Hold up. Let me try something. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're going to put it on. I have to be looking at it on this angle on this camera because that's what I put it on yesterday when I was recording. Yeah, that's right. I have to drop this one. What's up? Hold on, let me see if I can grab it from here. It's there. It's popping up. It's just not letting me grab it on the screen. How do I pop it back up? Um. Oh, maybe work. I was a boxer, Lionheart, and what weight I fought at, bro? 120, 120 pounds, and lighter. 115, 108, like that. That's where I fought. I never fought at like 130, nah. I didn't fight anywhere in there. My career never got a chance to take off. At 17, it was over with. If both his sons stay undefeated to the end of the year, he should be considered. Agreed. But like, yeah, you're right. His sons are gonna have to stay, yeah, beaten because, yeah, I don't, I just don't know where the hell it is. Uh, when I closed it out, I just can't grab this thing, man. I'll figure this shit out. Give me a second, guys. I will grab this right now. The fight's right here. You could hear it. Wait a minute. I don't even got you guys. Okay. You can hear it right here.
ノニト・ドネアを倒してきたチャンピオン初
My problem is it's just no longer letting me. Get it, bro. Waking up, chasing his tail. Jackie, come here. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just don't. I don't know what's wrong today. It ain't letting me do a motherfucking thing. It's not letting me grab it.
Centrum Silver is now clinically shown to support cognitive health in older adults.
Where is it? Got it. Got it. Nice.
He weighed in at 53.4 kilograms or 117 and 3/4 pounds. With a record of 28 wins, 3 losses, and 5 draws, he has 14 wins coming by way of
Right, lower that, raise this. You guys should be able to hear me. Just like right there. I can deal with that. Here we go. Too loud? Is it still too loud? I turned it down. Let me know if it's still too loud. I'll turn it down some more. Is the volume on the fight too loud? Let me know, guys. Because I did turn it down. Is it good? Can you guys hear me all right over it? Or... because oh shit, wait a minute. You know what I'm doing wrong? I should be putting on the headphones. That didn't work. I gotta put on the headphones to the speaker, right? You're good. Good? Great. And is it lower? The fight, is it low itself? What I didn't even notice the last time that you guys were hearing the audio and that I was actually talking over the audio. Perfect. All right.
中谷が173センチの長身、サンティアゴは159センチという両者の身長差は14センチ、リーチの差も10センチあります。
What's up, Michael?
さあ、中谷潤とバンタム級に転向して初陣にし
We're on
て
the
いきな
way.
り世界タイトルマッチ。ドネアを倒
You
して
see how he bends his knees to get low, just low enough, so that he doesn't fight so tall. His opponent is a lot shorter than him. Yep, and he keeps him right at the end of his punches. He has a good snapping jab.
170以上の選手とも戦っていることもあります、経験もありますから、まあそこら辺うまく戦ってくるでしょうね。
And right now, what he's doing is he's trying to take away the Mexican's jab. He keeps blocking it, and then if he throws it, he goes right over the top. So that's going to discourage him from continuously throwing his jab out there when he notices that Junto can hit him right over the jab at will. So it's going to shut his jab down. He's going to have to look for another way to make entrance.
選手が迎撃してしまうのか、その展開が取れるとしたら中谷選手にとってはやりやすい戦いになるでしょうね。
今一瞬そのサンティアゴが踏み込んで右のダブルのジャブ、
Nice 1-2. Doubled up the jab there. See, and it's hard to hit him because he's so lengthy. See, the Mexican here, he should do more like a Mike Tyson peekaboo style, where that he's flowing like this, where that he can make his way in. Pop the jab in Junto's face and try to make entrance on him. He's trying to go forward just straight on a straight line. And Junto's already recognizing it. It's the first round, and his attack is just a straightforward one over the jab. Look, he's parrying his jab. He's just gonna, look, he's shutting it down and right over the top. Nice 1-2 coming forward. Oh, this is going to be a tough assignment for this Mexican like this. Yeah, nice, right, straight right. Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. And being a lefty, though, it will cause him a little bit of problems, but a Mexican dude knows what he's got to do. It's just, it's hard to do. And Junto has a wide stance. Look at his feet. They're wide. When he gets into that wide stance like that, that's the best time to attack him. He has one step back move, as you can see. With the right pressure, you might be able to create openings. Let's see how Junto fights off the back foot. He can fight off the back foot, as you can see when that vicious knockout. So he would have to put a lot of pressure on him. He's got to make his openings. Looking like a praying mantis, bro, like this. He's not. Sakam. Yeah. See, this is one of those occasions where I speak of, right? This is one of those occasions where I speak of that cutting weight is a skill. There are a lot of men and women that can cut weight really good. And look at, you think this guy right here is looking tall and lengthy for the division? What about the towering Inferno? That man is like 6'6". What does he fight at, 108? Right? I know you don't fight there, right? But I'm exaggerating. But yo, look how tall the towering Inferno is, man. He can fight a guy from the other side of the ring. And he chooses to fight on the inside. Talk about giving up your attributes. You know, if that's what use that advantage. He wants to get in the inside and mix it up and get knocked out. It's crazy. when he can fight you from halfway across the ring. I don't know. What's up, Rob? How you doing, brother? And another one, Rob. You know this. Oh yeah, you off today? Good. I'll bring you down. Snow down to Florida from Massachusetts. Because you know we got plenty of it over here. It's actually sunny today. All the snow is melting. He's just applying that jab. He's just really nice. You see, notice when Junto goes to go out. Nice jab. He keeps him at bay with that piston jab, man. Anytime he tries to come in, oh, that's a good. That's what I was talking about. That's what he has to do. And what Junto has to do is discourage him from doing exactly that. Every time he comes in like that, give him something. He's got Junto sometime fighting off the back foot. I would like Junto at this point to fight a little bit off the front foot. He's just fighting off the back foot right now. Got him going backwards a little bit. But Junto's good fighting off the back foot as well. Look, as you can see. You know, he's seasoned. He gonna go for none of his tricks. He's patient. Ooh! Oh, he caught Junto right there, baby. Oh! Things are heating up. What's it? Yo, he caught him. That's that move, see? Because he only has that one step going back. When he goes back, if you notice, what Junto does is he shifts like this. And there's that space where he feels like he can come in on the inside and create his opportunities. And they got to show it. Right here. See? Boom. And he got one to give one. Come on, get your leg out the way. I didn't see who won the exchange. I wanted to see that, because they both got one off on each other. Whoever at the end of that exchange came out better. And that's really his only moment in the fight. Look, he's laughing about it. He's like, yeah, okay, I got caught right there. Don't worry about it. I got this. I already watched this fight, so I know the outcome. But I like to sit back and, be excited about it, too, as well, you know? He's just pouring out that jab, taking away his jab. He's going to try to make the Mexican, the guy, try to find a different way to try to beat him. And I think that the Mexican doesn't have enough selection of punches to go into the bag of tricks to present. He's not even going down to the body at all. He can't get there. He's going to have to create angles. And he has to stop going just on a straight line. He's just trying to pressure the Japanese fighter. I understand what he's trying to do. It's just not working. Okay, and when that's not working, you're gonna have to try to use something else to, because as far as you thinking you're waiting for the Japanese dude to make a mistake at this point, I don't believe he was gonna make a mistake. You see, everything, that one punch, that same combination, Junto's onto it. He already showed him that look. He already showed him that. So he's onto it. He's like, look, I took away your jab, and I know the combination you're coming. You don't have anything else for me. You're in trouble. Look at this. And as you can see, the second left, he's not throwing it straight. He's starting to hook it. Junto. When he first threw that combination, all the punches were straight. Now he's starting to hook his shot over his glove. He's trying to throw the fake forward and then come around the glove. And he knows how to get low, how to bend his knees. And then he knows how to fight tall when he needs to. I believe throughout his career, he's becoming a little bit more fluent with his punches, a little bit more calmer. Junto, he's showing his maturity in boxing. He's starting to put and develop his own fighting style and technique. It's not perfected yet. He's not a finished product. That's for sure. He's not. For as good and as flashy he is, he's good and flashy against these guys. Just want you to keep in mind, you know, as he starts to go up and the competition starts to get harder, you know, we'll start to see. You know, this is one particular style he's coming up against. You can't judge this one fight throughout the whole division. This Mexican dude don't speak for the rest of the bantamweight division. No, there are a lot of worthy opponents there that are going to present their own unique challenges against Junto Nakatani. Now, whether or not he passes the test, listen, we all want to believe that every fighter has the ability to do what Naoya Inoue and Terrence Crawford are doing right now in the sport of boxing. Men like Devin Haney, you know, that are securing all 4 belts. Not every man on this planet is special enough to empty out their division. It also has to do with timing and who's there at the time. You know, Andrew Ward, right, secured all the belts. He just wasn't a crowd-pleasing fighter. He just really wasn't that dude like that. You know, you know, Junto Nakatani is a fan-pleasing crowd. He's that type of fighter. He's an exciting fighter. While they're checking his eye like that, they bought him some extra time. I didn't think his eye looked that bad. It's not cut open. It didn't look like it was completely shut in. He's got a nice little, nice snapping jab, stiff jab too. See, that Mexican dude, he has to stop just pouring it out. I understand what he's doing with the jab. He's trying to work his way in. That's the way you work your way in, with your jab. You know, you start to cut off the distance. That's the only way you should go in. It's moving with the jab, working your way in. The only thing is, there you have another different selections of types of jabs. That's what I mean. There you go. That's right what I'm saying. And he hooked it. He hooked it around the guard. That's the type of shit you got to do. And there's also like a side jab like this, like that. Not always straight. You can come in between the guard. Jab downstairs to the body. Utilize your jab. He's throwing it at the same place. Switch it up, baby. Got to. But work your way inside with your jab. That's what you want to do. Don't just go in. It doesn't work out so good sometimes. Not with a guy's skill like this. And Junto's showing good defense, man. That was sharp. Right down the pike. Okay. You want to keep yourself off the ropes there, buddy. The jab looking a little lazy there, Junto. What's going on? Are you just hesitating on it, or just... You shouldn't be tired. Although they are fighting strong. They are fighting strong. Rob, what the hell are you over there saying? Don't start giving me questions and things like analytics on me, Rob. Am I gonna cover women's boxing? Slow down, slow down. I got a couple men's boxing right now. I got some other people covering that. They got that on the lock. Ooh, nice straight right. Because I am definitely gonna talk about the Puerto Rican female champ that's gonna be having a fight with Jake Paul's on the undercard. But as of right now, let me finish this fight. Oh man, he's just Amanda Serrano is the Puerto Rican champion, Rob, just in case you want to know. Junto's doing great. You know, the way he's shutting him down, the way he's just... That's a three-piece with a biscuit. Ooh, that, you see, the uppercut is always, it's a risky punch. You know, if you land it, it's a home run. If they catch you, it's always... yeah. You see that little step and how he rolls out, Junto? You see it? He does that a lot. And once you plant that front foot and you're swinging the back foot, you don't have a third leg, bro. You're going to catch him. You see how his back leg swings around? Hold on. Oh, shit. Let me take the commercial off. Right? Oh, that was their commercial. I couldn't take it off. So, when his back leg swings, he's standing stationary on one leg. Until that back leg touches the ground, he's like a pin. He's like rolling like this. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's when he has to catch him. But he's so fucking far away from him when he's doing it, right? You just got to know when to do it. Know that you're going to throw the punch, that he's going to do that move. That's when you got to come forward. You just got to create openings. You got to do something. I'm not sure if it would work for him in this case or if he has enough speed to pull that off. But, at this point, what is he looking for? What is the Mexican's plan right now? That straight right down the middle, that's part of it. That's part of his fucking plan, I tell you that much. That's there. I mean, that straight left down the middle. I'm sorry. He's a lefty. That straight left is connecting right straight down the middle. Start working it down the body, buddy. There you go. There you go. And you still got him pushing out. He's rolling. Nice. Nice. He's catching Junto right now, man. Hey, this is the type of shit he should have been doing since the fucking fight started, bro. This is the type of stuff this Mexican should have been doing. Nice. You see how he's moving his head now? That's what you gotta do. He was always stay in front of him. And pull your jab out there. Take away Junto's jab. Move your head a little bit. More that like peekaboo style. Like dip, dip, dip. And then when you dip left, dip right, and you notice that you did that one too many times, dip right, then dip back right. Switch it up a little. Junto let him unload a little bit in the round so that he's tied out in the middle of the round, and he's going to try to close strong. Watch. Yeah, he is. See? I forgot what round he drops him in. Junto's setting him up, man. He's allowing him to do this. He wants him to get confidence and to open up. Yeah, he is. Yeah, you could see it. The only reason why this Mexican dude had a little bit of success is because he's allowing him to get confidence. I can see it. Because if you think about it, he didn't do anything. Look at him laughing. He knows he got him set up. He knows. All that success in that round that Mexican had was given to him so that he can open him up. They're telling the Mexican dude right now probably, look, you see how you was doing this and this dude is like, yep. Thank you, Rob. Here we go. Good. The Mexican got his timing down. The Mexican got his own distance down and everything. He's just, outmatched. He can't get to Junto enough to slow him down to the body. He can't get him enough upstairs where he hurts him. He sat him down, bro. Oh, straight down the pike. He sat him down. He wanted him to get confidence and to open up with him. The Mexican saw success in the round before, and he started to exchange, which created that opportunity for him. Oh, and when he smells blood in the water, he's like a shark. Let's go. That's what you're supposed to do. When you got a guy hurt, you don't give him time to recuperate. You don't play with your food. You go in there for the kill. And he went in there and he took care of business. Great performance. That's what you're supposed to do. And at the same time, don't let your moments and opportunities slide right by you. You got a guy hurt like that, right? And you want to be a fight fan pleasing kind of fighter. That's how you got to close the show, right there. He fought on the undercard of Takuma Inoue, right? And that's a big thing too. As you can see, he's a very good talent, but he's not quite yet a megastar where he's going to be headlining Junto his own fights. I believe in his next fight, after this fight, he might just be the main attraction. We'll see from there. But yeah. That was a good fight. That was a good fight right there. What you guys think about that fight? Look, like I said, the Japanese young upcoming superstar showed that, he's a force to be reckoned with. He saw his opportunities in the fight. He didn't let any of them go by. His chin was tested tonight. He was hit with some big shots from the Mexican guy. He showed his durability. He showed his patience, his poise, his his distant management was pretty good. On his distance management, I would give him like a B. He was keeping him on the outside for the most part. The Mexican was keeping the pressure and coming in. With every fighter, I believe there's room for improvement on the next time we see that fighter. So look, the sky's the limit right now for him. Now becomes the new WBC bantamweight champion of the world. Let's see if the other fighters will sign up. The other champions would sign up to fight him. I would like to see where his next outing is. As of right now, for Japan, next man in line, Naoya Inoue. He's the next man coming out of Japan. His kid brother got his fight out of the way. The cousin got his fight out of the way. And their fellow countryman, Junto Nakatani, got his fight out of the way. So the next man up for Japan is Naoya the Monster Inoue. He's coming into his fight against Luis Pantera Naris. Now, his father, Shingo, has his hands full. He has two sons within a few months of each other, both of them coming into big fights. Okay? That fight for the little brother was really big. The fact that his brother, he's always going to show his brother love. He's always at his kid brother's fights, egging him on. Yo, it's funny. If you go back and watch my video, I didn't even know I did this or said this. I went back and I watched it. And in the video, in the round leading into the round that he actually knocked the guy out with the two body shots, the camera view went onto his older brother that was sitting in the crowd. And I had said, Naoya Inoue gave him the power of knockout. Oh, and he knocked him out that round. And I was joking, right? But it happened, right? So anyway, look, that's the next fighter for Japan. Most of us know the storyline coming into this fight and what this fight means for Japan. And Naoya Inoue petitioned the Japanese body to lift the ban for Luis Nares to come back to Japan. He's also giving Luis Nares the ability to stand to make the most money in his life in any of his fights. So he's actually doing Luis Nares a big favor too as well. But, with paying him, it comes with a price. Luis Nares has, put himself in a unique situation. And what he did in a previous fight against a previous Japanese superstar is what got him here. So even though Japan had a ban on him, and it's a lifetime ban, Japan is giving him, are the people that are giving him the ability to make the most money he's ever made. So, I spoke about this fight a lot of I've said a lot about it. As we get closer, there's so much on the line here with both fighters. The Japanese superstar stands to be in a unique category of men and women that have successfully defended all four of their belts. If he's successful in that, he enters a different room and a selection of men and women. And the list is very small of men that were able to pull that off. Okay. And that's a very, very unique thing. So look, guys, yeah, we watched the fight. We touched up on a lot on boxing. I covered a lot. Let me recap the show for you, just in case you're tuning in late. I'm just going to quickly go down the list. We talked about Andy Cruz and what he's doing in the sport of boxing. He has 3 fights. He's looking very good. I gave him an A- on a grade. We had Junto Nakatani, the Japanese new WBC welterweight champion. He looked sensational in his bout. You also had Takuma Inoue. He came up and he put his WBA title on the line, where he was successful in a title defense. We got Berlanga. Berlanga came in. He scored the knockout. He started off slow. He looked, I would say, okay. I'm going to give Berlanga a B. I'm going to give him a B-, in fact. I think he was a little bit too patient. He got caught in that fight a little bit. His eye was cut. He was there to fight, but he got the job done. So I'm going to give him a solid B then. Okay. Then, you got other fights that are coming up. You got the Rolly fight against Eastside Pitbull Cruz. Errol Spence chiming in, saying he's going to drop 50 on it. I don't think that's gonna be $50, right? I think that's 50K, right? So, and then you got Tank Davis and Frank the Ghost Martin, which is gonna be a great one. You got Francis Ngannou out there in the desert. You got Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall. So we have a lot of boxing in front of us. Jermell Charlo being stripped of all the belts. So as of this morning, he does not own a belt. Just in case Jermell Charlo is one of your favorite fighters and you're keeping an eye on him, he is no longer the 154 champion in any way. Out of all the 4 belts he has none of them, and no one actually beat him for them belts but himself. He had an IBF mandatory, he didn't satisfy. They took it. He vacated the WBO for not fighting Tim Tszyu. They upgraded him. The WBC put him on a suspension, which is a nice way of saying they're stripping you. And the WBA, they stripped him. Damn, that's crazy. Saul Canelo Alvarez literally cost him all 4 of his belts without actually beating him for all 4 belts. When you come to think about it, that is fucking nuts. It was going to happen sooner or later. What happened to Jamal got stripped, shuts out. Berlanga for finding the knockout. Yeah, he got that knockout. He needed that knockout, Berlanga. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I'm Puerto Rican. Berlanga's Puerto Rican. I love me some Puerto Rican fighters, but I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm not biased here. You guys should know me by now. I'm critical on a fighter if I have to be. Berlanga needed that knockout to save his career. Yes, he did. Anything other than a knockout last night for Berlanga would have been, I think, a loss. Even if he would have won the fight, he needed that kind of performance. Yeah. So, and he got it. So he still keeps his name in the mix. Berlanga's like right there on the borderline from people considering him a good fighter. He started with at one point in his career, he was revered as like a phenom, and he just went, I don't know, man. As the competition got better, he got worse. And then last night he got that. Jermell Charlo, all right, I'm just letting you know, he is no longer in any type of way the 154-pound champion. If you go to Boxing Record right now, matter of fact, why don't we do that? I got a laptop on the side of me too. I'm gonna do it live, like right here, like right now. Like, let's get to the bottom of this together. You guys see how in every episode I don't say I here at Round One Sports Talk, right? I never say I. What do I say here? We at Round One Sports Talk, meaning me and you guys. I don't have a fucking production crew here. Ain't nobody here helping me. When I say we, I'm talking about you guys. You guys are my help. You guys are my eyes and ears. You guys share your opinions in the comments with me, and this show is nothing without you guys. When I say we, it's you guys with me. We together. So, like, okay, just, you know what I mean? So, I'm looking this shit up, like I'm asking you guys to look it up too for yourselves. Right? Ops Records here. Oh, oh. Yes. There he is, Jermell Charlo, with a record of 35 fights, 19 knockouts, and 2 losses. Mr. Jermell Charlo is currently right now he has no fight scheduled. His last fight was against Saul Canelo Alvarez. He has lost. All the belts were on the line, but they were on the line for Saul Canelo Alvarez. Right now, they have him listed. Okay, that's his record, right? This is his record, right? Hold up, hold up. What the fuck am I doing, bro? Hold up. I want y'all to see this for yourselves, right? Sorry. Out of me. Gotcha. Okay. How can I get out of fucking YouTube, bro? I flipped the screen. This dumb shit is coming up backwards, bro. And everything is backwards. The writing is backwards, everything. Figure that out. But anyway, as the champion, go to boxing regulars, look up champions. I was gonna do it on the screen. Put together. So nope. Wait a minute. Jermell Charlo, they got him still listed as the WBA Super World Champion. They got the IBF World Champion is vacant. They have the IBO. Fuck the IBO. They got the WBA Gold vacant. Jermell Charlo's the WBA Super World Champion is still acknowledging him as the champion. The WBO is Tim Zoo. The WBA is as far as is what it's saying on Boxing Record. Jermell Charlo has one belt. Still has one. From what I'm hearing, they're taking that one away too. As of right now, Terrence Crawford owns two. He has the WBA, the WBO. WBC. He has three. Errol Spence Jr. has the IBF, so they didn't take no belts. And Terrence Crawford still has 3 belts. Yeah. Yeah, so that's what's up. So as of right now, I guess right now, what boxing record and boxing record is like 24-hour update. So they're like on it. Like I've seen boxing record be so on it, right? That the minute that Naoya Inoue won all 4 belts, like not even after the fight, no sooner that he dropped the dude, Martin Tapales, I went on boxing record and he was already acknowledged as the 4 belt holder. That's how fast they are. So if you're thinking like boxing record is almost keeping up with real time and real events. So, but they make mistakes. Everybody's human. They make mistakes, but from what I'm being told, no, he doesn't have any belts anymore. So let's see if the WBA says it, because from what I'm being told, the the WBC actually had him on like a suspension. Like they kind of like, it was a nice way of saying they strip you, right? And according to this, yeah, that bitch is vacant. The WBC world title is completely vacant. As far as them, they're not acknowledging Jermell Charlo as their champion. And if they're not acknowledging you as their champion, what does that mean? You're not their fucking champion anymore. They've moved on. That's what that means. I can read between the lines. The fucking organization is not putting up on the website that you're on probation like they did Rolly. They actually put it on the Rolly. Matter of fact, let's look that shit up. What? According to Boxing Record right now, Rolly is fully upgraded to the WBA World Champion. That suspension he had against that guy when he won the interim, they lifted it. He has no specification underneath his name right now. They just be doing whatever the fuck they want in boxing, huh? It's the only sport you can get away with shit like this. The only sport in the world you can get away with false narrative and completely come out and just say anything. It is the only sport in the world you can literally get away with it. Oh, you can't? Bullshit. You can come out right now in the sport of boxing and say some ridiculous shit. Like, you can say Terrence Crawford is an 8th division world champion right now in the sport of boxing. They can make up a storyline, make up fantasy fights, and say he got these belts, but at the time, I don't know, we didn't have belt money or something. We just didn't present him in the ring. But in fact, he has 8 divisions. People will suck that up, believe it, and not even question it. But you can't get away with that in no other sport in the world. Meaning, if you were to wake up today and say, announce LeBron James, an 8-time champion, that he surpassed Michael Jordan, the NBA fan base and the internet would crash. They would go into uproar. What you mean LeBron James got 8 rings? From where? Yo, everybody would come out. You can't say that in baseball. You can't come out tomorrow and say, you know what? Mark McGwire got 125 home runs. He beats Barry Bonds. Bro, the baseball world will go crazy. If you was to wake up tomorrow and say, you know what? Patrick Mahomes got 8 rings. You couldn't get away with that. They would explain yourself. But in boxing, oh, you can make up any narrative you want. If you could say it, you can get away with it. Even if they call you out on it, you know what they'll do? Yeah. Look at the next fighter he's fighting, this guy. And right away, they take you away from it. For years, they came out and told you these champions were these champions. Look, case in point, And I don't mean to bring Tank Davis and use him as a point, but it is what it is. Didn't they announce Tank Davis a 3-division world champion? Don't they always announce Tank Davis as a 3-division world champion? Is he a 3-division world champion? No. He's a 1-division world champion. What do they announce him at? It's the only sport you can get away with that shit. Because technically, he did get belts. They're interim belts, but they're a form of a championship. So are they lying? Not really. They just stretching the truth a little. Did he get interim belts in those weight divisions, 135, 140? Yes, he did. Are they a piece or a form of a world title? Why, yes, they are. So can you announce him as a 3-division world champion? I guess you could. But when he retires, what is it going to count as? 1 division. It's truly the only sport you can make up some of these storylines. Well, fight fans, look, there are a lot of George Camboza got the IBO world title. When the fuck did that happen? Oh yeah, George Camboza has an IBO world title. Devin Haney has the 140. Gervonta, what is this, fucking old? Oh, they were just putting him in a category or something on this page? Wait a minute. Why are their status really old as fuck? Oh, yeah, that's it. They're just talking about all the problems. Anyway, yeah, that's what it is. So, fight fans, listen, we covered a lot in the sport. We watched the boxing match. Look, like always, thank you for tuning in, staying with me, keeping up to the latest boxing news. And if you haven't already, please give me a like. Can we get these likes up? If you haven't, subscribe to the channel. And if you don't want to miss any of the videos that I put out, just click the notification bell icon. And every time I stream or go on, you'll be notified when I'm going on. So thank you, fight fans, for tuning in, talking boxing with me. I always like to chop it up. Thank you for your love and support here at Round One Sports Talk. I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk TV. Peace. Now I'm ready, bro. He's an exciting fighter. I'm looking at him